back for another video, and this was dropped, I think, about an hour ago. This comes from the New York Post. I'm going to put this in the rumor mill. It comes from Johnny Olensinki, and pretty much supposedly irredeemable. BAtgirl movie gets shelved by Warner Brothers despite $70 million price tag, says source. So what they're saying right now is this movie might not even be made and shelved indefinitely. That makes no surprise the way Zaslav has been cleaning house with Warner in general, but that means we might not see anything at all. Who knows? Let's get into it. Holy millions down the drain, Batman, says Johnny. The DC Comics film Batgirl will be completely shelved by Warner Brothers, a top Hollywood source told the Post. So in other words, source are far and few between, and we won't know till we see more either acknowledgement or verification that this movie is shelved indefinitely and or canceled with a $70 million negativity price tag. That means it won't hit theaters or the streaming service HBO Max. Fans will not see it. The reportedly $70 million movie, the source says, was actually more than $100 million, which was doing test screens for audiences in anticipation of a late 2022 debut. World rank among the most expensive cinematic cast-offs ever. Those tests were said to be so poorly received by moviegoers that the studio decided to cut its losses and run. For the sake of the brand's future, it's a DC disaster. It could also be that the test audiences and any type of audience right now has been drowned to death with hero films in general. There is also a lull right now in films if you don't count DC Super Pets, which wasn't bad, but it's more aimed for kids, and you might get away for like a couple hours on the weekend dropping it off to see that film. Other than that, this doesn't surprise me. DC is cleaning house and trying to see what can make money and what is trying to cause the loss of more money to either be silenced, ignored, fired, replaced, etc., etc. Whether it be an Amber Turd or an Ezra running real fast to a center for help. That's pretty much it. They think an unspeakable Batgirl is going to be irredeemable, says the source. The Post has reached out to Warner Brothers for further comment. I bet a lot of people are as this whole article comes out more and more. But at the end of the day, I, as a fan of like hero films in general, whether it be comic books and whether you're tweaking like He-Man and making it real life again, want to do that film, I'm drained. I'm bored. I'm tired of seeing Phase 5, Phase 6, 5, 6, Phase 69. I'm tired of it. And it's all focused around one quality or another. Oh, they're this. Oh, they're that. They identify as the next fire hydrant humping dog. Or the dog that humps the fire hydrant. Whatever you want to look at it. It's been a months-long walk of shame for the movie Batgirl, directed by Adil El Arabi. Hope I'm saying that right. And Bilal Falal, Bad Boys for Life. Whoa, that's ouch. Received not a single mention at DC Comic-Con panel. Well, there wasn't much anything in there that was really worthwhile. If you want to talk about San Diego Comic-Con. In San Diego in July, an unusual move that raised the industry eyebrows. That and also silence from Henry Cavill, but we all were expecting something or another for Superman 2 or Man of Steel 2 or just something with Snyderverse, as so many people were having that expectation. The much publicized event, after all, is designed to boost exposure for forthcoming projects just like this one. But if you're saying that this project and test audiences are not going very well, you don't promote crap. Well, Disney does, but you don't promote crap. Chris Evans does, Lightyear. But, yeah, I'm not surprised. Leslie Grace was cast as Batgirl, which Warner Brothers has shelved. I'm going to put an allegedly with that, too, until we actually get verification, if anything. Marvel's Comic-Con presentation on the flip side announced more than a dozen ways to suffocate you with non-to-half-assed entertainment. Phases 5 and 6 of the MCU to be released through the fall 2025. Please, God. I hope there's at least something in there that's enjoyable. And grain of salt again. with even more surely in the hopper. But yeah, because there's a rumor going around that in September we're going to see the unannounced projects come up in another presentation. BAtgirl, which stars Leslie Grace in The Heights in the title role alongside J.K. Simmons. Oh man, I would like to see it. Michael Keaton. Well, I can understand why also this might be shelved because Michael Keaton's getting replaced as Ben Affleck. Then maybe Michael Keaton's out of a bunch of other stuff too, and we're going to see either Ben Affleck taking those roles across the board. But that's my opinion as a hearsay rather than it be fact. But we all know what's going on lately with Grace Randolph and the Ben Affleck stuff and Aquaman's Momoa, on the Instagram. Was originally planned. And this was originally a plan for an HBO Max release. The Puck newsletter reported in April that WB then chair Toby Emmerich, are you Toby? Was considering a theatrical run for the film too. But Emmerich stepped down, tripped or pushed or fell or the stairs were just taken away from him, stepped down in June to form his own production company. Oh, great. Not long after, Warner Brothers merged with Discovery and Zaslav became the CEO of the new entity. Kicking ass, taking names. He replaced Emmerich with MGM's Michael DeLuca, hell yes, who likely had to deliver the bad news, and Pam Abdi. While the film's co-directors have done some scattered interviews about casting, the studio has been mum on plans for BAtgirl ever since. Yeah, it's been pretty much dead and quiet across the sun. Thank you, David, for all your hard work. Thank you. Shelving a multi-million-dollar effort would not be unusual for Zaslav, a ruthless cost cutter. Remember, he's the same guy who gave the $300 million streaming service CNN Plus the axe. I've seen YouTubers who last longer on YouTube. Just days after its splashy launch because it didn't snare enough subscribers. No offense, no one gives a shit about CNN, and no offense, stuff like mainstream news and legacy media, whatever you want to call it, they're a dying breed of opinion pieces portrayed as news, not actual fact. They're also gaslighters, but that's, again, personal opinion. With that in mind, WB is said to be searching for a head honcho to run the failing DC extended universe and whip it into coherent shape. I really hope so. I'm hoping that at least we get to see maybe a cross of Favreau over there to do something. That would be interesting to see. Give DC the Iron Man they need to get something going. Who knows? Like Kevin Feige did with the far more successful Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is owned by Disney. So that's it. Pretty much the wrap up. For now, the rumor mill is coming from the New York Post is BAtgirl is indefinitely shelved and or canceled with a $70 million, which is actually over $100 million price tag. Let's pay attention to more articles and more verifications, if any, come out. I am FAT-STEVENSEAGAL, and this has been about 8 minutes of me talking about BAtgirl. Why? Somebody help me. Remember, leave a comment. If you anything like I love you, boy, I love you, anything, I don't care. We'll wait to see what else comes out, and we'll try to do an update, whether in description or a short video in the future. You know where you can find me on this channel, because I hate sunlight. I'm trapped in Canada, and I'm just stalling because I haven't pressed the end broadcast button quick enough. Sub to the channel.